Hi Dan, this is Greg at Quality Transmission. We got your transmission here disassembled. I don't know how mechanical you are, if you've ever seen automatic transmission in its disassembled state, but these are all the components that go inside this thing. And I'll kind of go over it real quick with you of what happened and what it's going to take to fix it. I just kind of wanted to give you the once over. All automatic transmissions have clutches and steels. If you're familiar with the motorcycle, then you have a clutch of steel, a clutch of steel. You have 4 packs right here, here, and here. These are dark. Usually in their good state, they will be a tannish color. Once they start to turn black, they slip, and then they transfer that heat over into the steels, so you'll see burn marks in here, and that's where these 3/4 clutches, like I was explaining earlier, that would have been the next thing to go on this thing. Would be these things would just about weld themselves together. Your band has been getting hot, and it transfers over onto the drum, so they do clean this drum up, but we do change this band. It's a high energy band that comes in. All these clutches are going to get changed, even the steels here, they change all of them. And every bushing in this thing, some of them are worn, but they don't take a chance. They change all of them here. One of the things, there's one bushing right there. You can see a thrust washer that's worn down. This is a sprag race that the sprag goes into, and this gets changed with everyone. This and the overrun clutch, this part right here, they're kind of the same things, what I was describing on the phone, that they lock one way and freewheel the other. But all this metal here, and this is just on your filter, it's almost as much as what was in the pan, and it's all built up on here, and that's just from the outside. That's not up on the inside. In here you can see it's pretty much gray. Instead of a yellow material, it's gray, so this was getting plugged up from all the metal. And we've kind of seen where the metal and the aluminum's coming from. This is your pump assembly. You have a rotor that goes on there, and then you have vanes that go inside this thing. And then it goes over to this thing here, and it just sits there and spins inside. Well, what's happened is this rotor itself has grooved down into this part of the pump. So you're losing pressure all the time. If you rub your hand across here, you'd feel a step in there. It's got to be smooth as a baby's butt. Here, same thing. It's grooved down inside here, so you're going to need a pump. That's where a lot of the aluminum's coming from. This is part of the sprag we were talking about. This is a housing. Goes right here. There's been something wearing on here, or it was some of the metal that got caught in between there, but a lot of the metal came from here, not the aluminum, but the metal. Should be smooth, so you're going to definitely get one of these. These are a couple of hubs for the planets. This right here, when you come in, this is definitely stepped and grooved and probably 1/8 of an inch or better, and it's supposed to be the same thickness all the way across, smooth as a baby's bottom. Same with this right here, smooth as a baby's bottom. So a lot of pieces got in this thing, got churned up throughout the transmission over a period of time. It didn't just start. So what you were feeling before is probably material stuck in this valve body. All these little humps right here are valves within a valve, and their springs. Well, they go through and they do shift kit this. They'll take this completely apart, both sides, and go through it, change all the electronics, all the solenoids get changed out, and then they modify it. This is a separator plate that goes on the valve body, like so. Then you have 2 of them, and all these little holes, they'll send pressure to other parts for drums to apply and whatnot. You can see all the metal built up on this also. This is going to get changed because the little holes have been, especially this one, gets hammered out. The balls don't fit in there tight, you lose pressure. It's probably a $20, $30 deal, but it's got to be changed, and every one of them, you can put them in because they start to hammer out and lose pressure. So we're going to tack it all on the bench. Quite a bit of damage to this thing, but it's been going on for quite a while. This shell, I know you heard me probably say something about the beast. Well, this is the drive shell, and they typically break right here. This one here, the teeth are getting to a point where they're pointed and thin, so you'll get the updated shell on this one. So we'll build this thing stronger for you. Replace all the clutches, the steels, all the little springs, pistons and stuff. Everything gets changed. Most these are snap rings, stuff like that. Those won't, but the thrust washers, all of them do. The pressure manifold switch, all that gray in there gets inside the electronics and starts having an issue. So we will change all that and a different torque converter. And I'll get this over to you so you can see it. I may not have it priced out for you tonight, but at least it'll give you a chance to kind of look it over and see what it looks like on the bench and what we're going to do. Again, these bushings, there's two in here, they get changed. This one gets changed. Every bushing in this thing's going to get changed, and most of them do show signs of wear or material that went through them. So we'll get this going to you. I'll talk to you tomorrow sometime. I'll have a price breakdown. We should be able to get this thing back for you by Friday. That's what we're shooting for, Dan. Our number, 480-966-5800. I hope this helps. Thank you.